the Sahaba, they wouldn't divide it by the ajza. Because remember, there's no ajza at the time of the Sahaba. There's no 30 parts of the Quran at the time of the Sahaba. So how did they divide it? They would divide it based on the surah. Okay? So some days you're going to end up doing a little bit more if you're following the Sahabic scheme. Some days it ends up being a little bit more, although this particular scheme is the best. Why? Because the problem in dividing it up by word count or pages or ayat, the problem with that is oftentimes you end up stopping at a place where the thought is not complete yet. The Sahaba, they decided, okay, let's read a little bit more some days, a little bit less some days, no problem, but we'll still keep it in a way where every single day we're completing a thought, okay? So they would do it in 7 days, 4 and a little bit, give or take. And if you listen to this, the way I'm about to say it, you will never forget it. Got it? Listening carefully. The way you summarize it, you call it Fami Bishaw. How? Fami Bishaw. Fami Bishaw. And basically that means my mouth is longing. You know, when you get into the habit of reciting the Quran, you kind of long to recite the Quran. So some of the Salaf, they ended up giving it this acronym. Fami Bishaw. My mouth is longing. So the Fa is for the Fatiha. This is where you start. Fa is for the Fatiha. You start with the Fatiha, you go all the way till the end of Ali Imran, and now you start off the Meme. Can you guess what it will be? Surah Al-Ma'idah, obviously. So Meme is Surah Al-Ma'idah. And then you go and you go and you go, you get to the Ya, which is the Ya? Yunus. So then you go from Yunus and you keep on going until Ba. The problem is there is no ba over there, right? So the surah that they used, because obviously they were looking for the right words for the right acronym. So the surah that they're referring to with the ba is Surah Al-Isra, because another name of Surah Al-Isra is Surah Bani Israel. Surah Bani Israel, or Surah Al-Isra. So then you have Surah Al-Isra, and you go with Surah Al-Isra. What's after the ba? Fami bi. So what would it be? Shu'ara. Surah Al-Shu'ara. Fami bi show. Now the wow is a little bit tricky, and that is Surah As-Saffat, because Surah As-Saffat starts off with what? Was-Saffati Saff. So wow is Surah As-Saffat, and then obviously you keep going all the way till Hujurat, and what comes after that? Surah Qaf. And then you go and read Surah Al-Qaf all the way till the end of the Quran. That's Hizb al-Mufassal. This would be the way the Sahaba would divide up. And if you remember that acronym, if you remember those few words, Fami Bishawq, my mouth is longing, you will never forget this tahzeeb of the Sahaba. This is how the Sahaba would divide up the Quran, and they would read it every 7 days. And again, when you go and calculate, you'll realize it's 4 give and take. So, because if you do 4 daily, then you're doing 28, right? But it's 4 and a little bit more, okay? So this way you end up finishing the Quran every 7 days, as the Sahaba did. And really, if you get into the practice of this, it is not difficult. You can do it, and it's something that is completely possible.